Hey everyone, it's Austin Moore, back with another NBA mock draft video. I know I haven't done one in a minute, but we're finally back, and it's during one of my favorite times of the entire NBA year, the off season. You know, free agency, trades, the NBA draft, new faces, new teams is just really exciting to me. Just really, really excited to get into it. I know we still got the finals, but I'm just really thrilled about this off season. Let's kind of get into it. I'm a little more high on this draft than others are. I think it is pretty deep. There's going to be a decent amount of role players that can help contending teams, just help teams in general. I think it's just going to be sporadic talent, just talent, just out of nowhere, everywhere. Uh, like Jokic second round, stuff like that. I'm just not saying there's going to be a Jokic second round, and it's just not top heavy. There's no Wemby. SAR's not Wemby. But starting off, we are going to take SAR with the first pick. You could look at Reese Shea, like Klingon. I know they like Klingon a ton. Reese Shea, I know Hawks fans don't like that much. I think he has a pretty high floor, but I don't think his ceiling's the highest. I do think he's a little underrated. He's one of my favorite players in this draft. I think he's a little like Ray Allen. He even said that he watches Ray Allen, but I've been saying that since his first game of the season. But last year, he had much more of a on-ball role, and he really played good in it. Just that Borg, he did not have an on-ball role as much. So he didn't get to showcase it. But and I think his defense is pretty decent. I think he'll have a pretty good defensive career. He's not a liability at all. But we are going to go Reese Shea with the second pick to the Wizards. I think you can look at Topic, clinging to there. I think the Hawks might even move. It's possible. I think there's just going to be a lot of trades. Teams trying to trade down and up in this draft. With the third pick, the Rockets are needing some shooting, consistent shooting. Van Vliet's not consistent. They don't have that many consistent 3-point shooters. Cam Whitmore's a pretty good 3-point shooter, but it's just 3-point shooter. Reed Shepherd, he also kind of fits. He has with the team. He has good hands. He has fast, quick hands. He's a pretty good defender. Well, not just decent. He's a pretty good defender. Better than you think. He has 42-inch vertical. I can't speak today. I did already record a mock draft video, and my sound wasn't working, and don't know why. But it is now. Fourth pick in the draft, we are going to have the Spurs select Stephon Castle. Castle and Wemby's defense would be incredible. I know the Spurs like him a lot. Understand why. I mean, he did win the NCAA championship, and I think if he had a bigger role, I would love to see it. He wants to be on a team that he will be the starting point guard, and he's getting that on this team. Trey Jones moving to that backup point guard, and that backcourt defense is just beautiful. Fifth pick in the draft, we're going to have the Pistons select Buzelis. He's not the best fit, not my favorite pick in the draft. I just have him go in here just because of his connections, and I think he does provide something they do need, a tall wing. So I'm happy with that pick, and I think he has good potential, great. He's a good player. Sixth pick in the draft, Ron Holland. Charlotte Hornets get Ron Holland, good rim running guard, forward. He needs to work on the shot a little bit. It's a little inconsistent, ugly. Don't know about his shot selection sometime. Learn to control that. Hornets are a good young team, and I'm excited for their future. Seventh pick in the draft, we are going to have Klingon go here. I don't see him falling past 7. Kind of hard for me to even see him getting to 7. I could see the Trailblazers moving up to potentially get him, and I'm okay with that. Again, I think there's going to be some trades going on. Donovan Kling could have averaged, 16, 10, and then like 3.5 blocks if he actually played as much as you would expect him to. That is a little bit of a concern that he didn't play all that. He only played like 22 minutes a game, but I think it'll be totally fine. He is a good 7'3", 280 pound center. With the eighth pick, I do got Stephon Castle, so I don't see them getting Topic if they get Castle. Maybe Cody Williams, Dillingham, probably be up there for sure. But I'm going to go Dalton Connect. Wemby is a little ahead of the schedule for rebuilding. Their team's too good with him on the court. Without him, they're horrible, but he just provides a lot. And I think getting Connect would definitely help that out. He doesn't have the highest ceiling in the world, but he definitely is a great scorer, and he still probably will be, I think, one of the best players in this draft class when it's all said and done. Ninth pick in the draft, I think Connect would be fun there. Devin Carter, I'm trying to figure out what team promised to draft him. I'm thinking it's the Bulls, even though I don't like that Bulls pick all that much. Even though I do like Devin Carter a ton, just not for the Bulls. They don't need another guard, but that's a Bulls thing to do, ain't it? Ninth pick though, Topic. I feel bad for him falling here. His injury definitely hurt him. His agent said it wouldn't hurt his stock, but agents, will just say that to say that, so it doesn't try to make it not hurt his stock, but it probably will. He tore his ACL again a little bit. I mean, injury concerns are there, but he's a great player, great facilitator. Worried about the 3-pointer a little, not much at all though, because he shoots 88% from free throw, which is very crazy. You love to see that. Indicates that he has a potential 3-point shot coming in his arsenal. But we are gonna go Dillingham on this one. I think him coming off the bench for the Grizzlies would be unfair. Him and Jaw, the acceleration, speed, just quickness, lateral quickness. Even though the both of them aren't the best defenders, but just him coming off the bench would really help that team thrive. 11th, 10th pick in the draft, we're gonna have Topic going here. We don't see him falling past here, even though he is dropping a little bit here, and probably will drop in the draft. Don't see him falling. Again, great facilitator, like him here. And the Jazz need it. Keontae George, one of my favorite players out of last year's draft, but he's mainly a scorer. Topic will help the facilitating out. Try to get the ball to Markkanen. Markkanen is one of the best off-ball players in the NBA, and Topic helps with that. With the 11th pick in the draft, I'm going to have the Bulls get Cody. Whoa, what the? Right. Cody. No. My brain wasn't working right there. I literally was just talking about it. We're going to go Devin Carter. Again, I don't really like the pick a lot. I'm trying to just do what I think the team might do. In this one, I will say if I am going to do a mock draft where it's going to go off by what I think. But Devin Carter is a very good player. He works hard. He's a fantastic rebounder for his height. He plays bigger than what he is. He has a great wingspan, very long. His shot is a little ugly, but he makes crazy shots. It goes in, and that's what matters really. So I have Devin Carter going to the Bulls at 11. 12th pick in the draft, we have the Thunder picking Cody Williams. Don't see him falling past here. J-Dub would be pissed off if he fell. Cody, I think, also just is a good fit on the Thunder. Wish he, had a little bit more meat on his bones. In the case, he's 6'8". He'll probably play like, the 3. Don't see him playing much 4 just because how skinny he is. But I think he is a pretty underrated rebounder, especially offensive rebounder. If you look at his highlights and everything, just watch back of his film, he knows where the ball is gonna hit off the rim a decent amount of the time, especially on offense. Tries to get those. He's a consistent 3-point shooter. I guess it'll take him to shoot a little bit more for people to realize that he's actually a pretty good 3-point shooter. I think he's a little underrated. Maybe not as raw as people give him credit, but I definitely think he could play maybe a little bit G League if he plays for the Thunder, gets drafted by them. To the 13th pick in the draft, we have the Sacramento Kings selecting Jared McCain. My brain wasn't working there for a second either. Malik Monk. Is probably gone free agency. I don't know if they can pay him, but McCain provides the scoring. He probably won't average what Monk averages right off the bat, but he's one of the best 3-point shooters, one of the best probably scorers in this draft. Underrated playmaker. I think he could play the one. Davion Mitchell was still the backup for the Kings. At point guard, kind of shooting guard, I don't think he's the best playmaker. My nose itches really bad. He's not the I don't really know what his role is. I think that's a little weird if you put them two together, McCain and Davion Mitchell. But we'll see how that works. 14th pick in the draft, we have the Trailblazers selecting Tajon Saloon, one of the highest potentials guys that could go 8th in the draft all the way. He could probably even go higher than 8th, all the way to probably late 20s, early 20s, something like that. I liked watching his film. I had him pretty high on my mock draft for a little bit, but I think he could even go higher than what I'm having him, or lower again. 15th pick in the draft, Anthony Carter's crying because his son's not going to be on his team. We're going to go Isaiah Collier here. Devin Carter's gone, so I think Devin Carter's a perfect fit. Collier has defensive potential. He's athletic, but he's not. He's not going to kill you with his vertical, but he's a bulldozer. Kind of like Shea and a little different. Shea's just quick, burst of speed, great feet work, explodes when he wants to. But Collier is just a weird athletic type of player. I was really excited to see him play at USC. Kind of disappointed. Was better in the second half after his injury. But I definitely see the potential there. 16th pick in the draft. We're going to have the 76ers select Tristan da Silva. They have a ton of free agents this year. We'll see what happens with Tobias Harris. I could definitely see them move on from him. 76ers fans definitely are. Da Silva, I'm not saying he'll start right at the bat, but he provides, winning basketball. He's a veteran in college. He's an older rookie. I think he definitely would help as soon as possible, right? When he gets out there, kind of fills that Tobias Harris spot if he leaves. 17th pick in the draft, the Lakers get this. Kind of wish the Pelicans could have got Exhibit Cole for them to get a guard and center in this, but that's not the case. We're going to have the Lakers select Khalil Ware. I think that AD needs to help. Jackson Hayes just isn't it. Really don't know why the Lakers got him. He's just really athletic. That's just all it is. Ware has top 5 upside. If he turns out to be what he could be. He has a low motor. People talk about that a ton. Literally every video, someone will mention it. Every video, act like they like it's not what everyone's heard. Yeah, but I definitely see where he could be great. I was a big fan of him coming out of high school. Oregon hurt me, but it was just his coaching, the way he was coached, the style they wanted him to play was just not him. He's athletic. He can get above the rim. I mean, like Jackson Hayes can, but he can stretch the floor. He has rim protecting potential. I'm pretty decent fan of Khalil Ware going 17. 18th pick in the draft. We'll take Bub Carrington. Bub's one of my guys. Great mid-range shooter, great just shot creator in general. I didn't know really who he was the start of the college season, but after a few games, I was kind of forced to know who he was. I think Bub would be a great fit. We'll see if Markelle Fultz is gone. We'll see who's gone in that guard gauntlet that the Magic have. Feels like they've gotten so many guards. And we'll see what they do in free agency. They could go after like Malik Monk, maybe and trade for Zach LaVine, something like that. 19th pick in the draft, the Toronto Raptors will have them select Zach Edey. I think he's a good fit. I'm not a big fan of Pirtle. He's a little older. It's probably time to move on from him. Uh, Zach Edey will fall a little bit more under their timeline. He's an older rookie, but he'll still be in his prime when they're probably good. Uh, he has that Canadian um, connection, and which you gotta love that if you're the Raptors. Definitely will be looking at him at 19. With 20th pick, we're gonna have the Cavs select Tyler Smith. He'll help space the floor out. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in this class, in my opinion. Definitely as a big, he probably is the best. Lefty is beautiful. I think he has rim protection upside. I mean, he's not really bad at all at it. Downside is he's not the strongest guy. He doesn't have the worst body. I don't wouldn't say he's too far off from getting an NBA ready body. Um, his rebounding though is just very not it right now. But I'm very excited at what he can be. I think I'm a lot higher than others are on him. 21st pick in the draft. I'm kind of torn on this one because I want to center a point guard, like I said. And right here, and we're gonna go Tyler Kolek. I know it's kind of high. I haven't seen him mocked here in a minute, but I definitely could see them going after a guy that I think is the best playmaker in this draft. At least as of right now. I'm not saying like at the end of the draft he'll be the best. Like when everyone's retired, he won't. He may not be the best playmaker in the draft, but as of right now, I think he is. Statistics also prove that pretty well. If you want to go look at it, 22. Everyone besides the guy that makes the call wants a point guard. Budenholzer just got there and said he wants a point guard. We'll see what happens. I think they will go point guard. Jacoby Walter is just like, I think he could go here. I think he could. It's a weird, like, I don't see him as a point guard. He's an off ball guy more to me. Um, Not really great at playmaking. I think he's all right, but I mean, if I'm the Suns, I'm looking more like AJ Mitchell. That's who I'm going with here. AJ Mitchell, love his lefty. He's a good facilitator too. I think he's one of the better ones. He's 21. I mean, he's a little older than other rookies. But these contending teams are looking for those type of players. 23. We'll just have Jacoby Walter go here. I don't really see him going too far. I won't really see him going past 23. Crazy that he fell here on my mock draft. Probably won't happen again. But I like Jacoby Walter with that pick, and that was my cat boo boo. Oh my gosh. With the 24th pick in the NBA draft, we're going to have the New York Knicks select Keyshawn George, one of the best 3-point shooters. The dude just lets it fly from wherever. He doesn't care how far it is away from the rim. He had a late growing spurt, so you can kind of tell. He's not awkward, but kind of is. His He doesn't like to jump on his layups. I'm super confused by that. It looks like he puts no effort in getting off the floor on his layups. Rarely goes for dunks, but when he does, he can actually seem like he flies. And same on blocks. Like out of nowhere, he kind of like makes you wonder if he's just hiding. But this pick's like I like De'Ron Holmes a lot. I've seen stuff about him, going like 12. The Thunder being the team that promised him, but I also see like the Nuggets, which is a big gap. 12 and 28 picks, very big gap. Hard to mock if you're really thinking about that. I might go De'Ron Holmes here. I would like Furphy here if this didn't happen. Kyle Filipowski maybe. Thinking Misi possibly. But we're gonna go Deron Holmes. One of the best floor spacing bigs here. Uh, Kind of reminds me of Trace Jackson with a shot. He was one of my favorite players. I think he's underrated. Again, I think I could see him. I'd be fine if the Thunder took him at 12. Uh, it's not a horrible pick. Maybe a little bit of a reach, but not like it wouldn't piss me off. 26 pick. We're gonna have him take Yves Missi. They need a rim protector after losing Gafford, who I wanted on the Thunder, even though I know, I'm a Thunder fan myself with this horrible Thunder shirt. Um, Gafford would have been great, but I know Thunder fans, he can't shoot threes, but that would have been such a good pickup for the Thunder. I really wanted that instead of getting Gordon Hayward. Um, but Gafford's on the Mavs now, and he fits so perfect on that team. But even Misi, yeah, he'll take some time to develop, but he kind of fills that spot. 27 to the Timberwolves. I can see Phil. No, I'm not gonna. Furphy could go here. Tyson. I feel like they like Dunza, Timberwolves guy, Dylan Jones, Shireman, Justin Edwards. Wow, there's actually a ton of Timberwolves players. AJ, I know they like AJ. They I think they were supposed to work him out, and they said they liked him anyways. Trent Flowers too. But the 27, I am gonna go Jalen Tyson. Um, I think they're gonna lose Kyle Anderson, maybe even Nikhil Alexander. There's no way they keep Kyle Anderson. Too much money to go around. I think Tyson fills that hole a little bit. Hopefully, he can set really good off-ball screens, be in the right place, right time. Kind of like Kyle Anderson, I think he has the capability to do that. I think he has more offensive potential. I'm pretty high on Jalen Tyson. I could see him going, early, mid-teens, something like that. Maybe like 16 to the 76ers. 28. Denver Nuggets. I think they should go point guard here, or a shooter. I know they got Straw their last draft, but I think there's other shooters they can get Furphy here. I think he's a better long term player and shooter just in general. But I am gonna go point guard here. I think Shireman would be a great pick here. We are gonna go point guard. Simpsons. I say that, but yeah, we're gonna go Simpson. Uh, Colorado was a very good team last year. I think they had a ton of talent. Even Lampkin. Why can't I think of? Gosh, I've watched him for so long. I can't believe. I think it's Lampkin. My brain today is just not working, y'all. I know who he is. I've watched him for a while. I liked him at TCU. I think he's even good. It is Lampkin. Um, but I think that team was underrated, and don't know how they were one of the final four into the tournament. I thought that was very stupid. At 29, though, I am gonna have Furphy finally go off the board. Oh gosh, dang it, y'all! I completely forgot about somebody. We're not gonna go Simpson, even though I do like him a ton there. Filipowski. Okay, Filipowski is going off the board at 28 to the Denver Nuggets because even though his combine did hurt him, I don't see him falling. I see him maybe falling to 28, and that was just me being a little stupid. I was paying attention, but I was just getting a little too carried away with some of these. But I still like my mock so far a decent amount. I think Phil Filipowski at 28 is a little crazy. You won't see me probably picking him any farther than that, and probably won't see me picking past 23 too often. Maybe 25 is the latest you'll see me pick Filipowski. But Johnny Furphy, 29 to the Utah Jazz. Sorry I went back on that, by the way. I just my brain was not okay at that moment. 30th pick in the draft, though. Um, I think they just need scoring here. I mean, Ryan Dunn. No, because you couldn't play him. You could not play him in the playoffs. Uh, I'm gonna go Baylor and AJ. Oh my god, Baylor McCullough, dude. I like Baylor better than McCullough, but we're gonna go McCullough. Yeah, he does have his injury problems, and I am not that big of a fan of him. I've been watching him since his freshman year at Texas Tech, and he did prove me wrong a little bit on his offense this year, and his shooting what did improve. His injury concerns are very concerning, and I'm just not the biggest fan of his game, but I respect it and I respect him, and I think the Celtics definitely could look at him. But that's going to do it. My mock drafts are going to get better, I promise. I'm going to try to look at other ways to make them look even better. Um, I did record like 3 times already because my videos were messing up, which is okay. Um, and I'm gonna be making other videos besides just mock drafts. It's gonna be fun. Off season, like I said, is one of my favorite times of the year for the NBA. So I'm gonna take advantage of that, and I hope you guys have a great one. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Again, I'm gonna be trying to post more and more. I'm finally back, figured things out, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.